Hello, my beautiful Cancerian collective. Welcome in. We're getting some guidance from your spirit team. Channeling source, love, clarity, and support wherever you find yourself right now. So this is not going to be a love reading. I am going to be bringing through messages that your spirit team is bringing into focus for you right now. This is what you are going to be guided towards focusing on and how you might want to adjust your focus to serve you, to serve your expansion, your evolution, and your alignment so that you can allow your path, this next phase, to be easier. Okay. It's an emotional phase or a domestic development. This has been a theme coming through for you, Cancer, in my readings for a while, and I want to go deeper today. Where you have been shifting a lot domestically and going through personal development in that area around home and what home is for you and what family is for you and what everything pertaining to your safe space, everything pertaining to your security and your stability. That is what home is about. Home is also associated with your body. So you're doing all, you are creating all of these shifts internally in your relationship with your body, your emotions, and your understanding of who you are. And it then creates the external shift. So that is what we're being guided to focus on here. You've got the number 28, which is about, it's the number of abundance. There's a lot of abundance and well-being that is flowing to you right now. And this is the reading that you need to gain the clarity and the insight to know how to shift your energy and your focus to allow more of that flow to come in. The overall energy, the overall frequency is acceptance. All right, Cancer. So, if you're new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif. I welcome you to evolve with me. These messages are to serve you on your journey and not to hinder. So trust your intuition, your guidance system. Ask your guides to guide you through the readings. If the messages resonate, claim them without a doubt. If it doesn't, it's not for you. This is a general message, a general reading. It is for a collective, so everything may not fit. But if it triggers, that is where your work begins. Remember, you are creating your reality every step of the way. Nothing is set in stone. Divination is a tool that allows us to read the energy as it is. Sometimes we have blind spots active. Sometimes we have just missed some things that could really serve us in creating the outcomes that we want. And that is how we use this tool. Returning subscribers, always good to have you. Come in, take a seat, get comfortable, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for your love and support on my channel. For those of you who take the time to watch the videos all the way to the end, comment and share. Every step that you take, every interaction with my channel supports this channel, and it makes it possible for other people who would benefit from access to these messages to have access to them. So I want to thank you so much. Those of you who have contacted me for private readings and coaching sessions, for keeping my work alive, helping me to continue doing what I came here to do. So I just want to thank you. Keep in mind, guys, I am doing a giveaway. It is the end of the month, and I will be announcing that today. Must remember to do that. And I will continue to do the giveaway for those of you who have decided to support my work, my channel, by watching 2 extra videos, so 3 videos all the way to the end to support my channel and my health. I'm not always able to come and create content in the way that I'd like to because of that. So I want to thank you guys by offering you a free reading or a coaching session, whatever it is you prefer. So I will, when you comment, if you can just let me know with your comment, if it's your first, your second, your third, your fourth, your fifth, obviously you can watch as many as you like. I will then enter you into a draw, and then I will announce the winner on my channel in a post, okay, at the end of the month of each month. I intend to do that moving forward. Okay, so you've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. I give thanks to my guides and keepers, your guides and keepers, for giving me access to you, you access to me, so that I can channel these messages for you, and for all the love and the support from the universe, and every way in which the universe is making all the guidance possible to all of us. Okay, so let's begin. In your reading, Spirit is guiding me to focus on your family, your domestic life, that's family and property, career, and then your psychic abilities and your purpose. So that's what we're going to take a look at. I'm going to use they're saying I should use my Dragon Tarot. So let's channel, tap into the energy of the dragons. All right. So very specifically focusing on these particular areas. Let's start with family, your domestic life, family and property. What is it that you want to be aware of there? Some changes coming in potentially, but let's see. Perhaps these changes have already come in. Let's just take a look. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What is it? What is happening for Cancer in the area of family and property? Domestically, home. All right, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, all right, that's a new path. You're being guided down a new path. A new path is opening up for more stability and more abundance. So a solution to a problem that you've been seeking for a while is making its way towards you. But Spirit is definitely showing me the door opens and you need to step through it. So often we are just hoping that it just comes to knock on our door. The knock is not a physical one necessarily. The knock is an intuitive one, and you are being guided to step through. The door opens and you are being guided to step through that door, okay, towards the solution and the outcome that you have been manifesting for more stability and abundance and security in a particular area of your life, specifically domestic, right? So family, it's a family matter. It's who you consider to be family. It's what you consider to be family. And it's home. All right, property. What else? We've got the Magician. Beautiful. Eight of Swords. Okay. So that's some mental conflict you're dealing with over there. And they're saying one more, and the Hangman, yeah, that mental conflict. So this is the story that is being told in the area of family and property. Some of you there are some shifts or changes you want when it comes to your domestic life. Perhaps to feel like your family is complete, or perhaps to buy that next property, or whatever it is that is your specific story, because it's going to be unique to all of you. This is a lifelong theme for you, but it's not even not just a lifelong theme. This is past life stuff. With this Two of Wands, your sense of stability, your sense of security around home, and how intertwined or integrated it is or has been with family, your domestic life, and how easily when things are not going, you are so sensitive and vulnerable to changes in your domestic life, beloved, because of things that you've experienced, not only in this life, but in past life too. That this is a muscle, an energetic, a spiritual plane going by. It's your confirmation. Things are shifting, things are moving. That this has been karma that you've been working through from past lives. You know your path, you can see the outcome, you can see the vision, but then subtle changes. Because of the instability that you've experienced within family, you are so sensitive to things not working out or not going in the way, or the idea, the nudge, or the indication that something's not going to work out can sometimes derail you. And so even though this has been a theme that's been coming up in your readings for a really long time, Cancer, your spirit team is saying it's not been to torture you. Things have been slow in this area, but you have seen a lot of progress and you have seen a lot of positive outcomes. But you want to keep in mind, Cancer, the tendency that the moment you manifest that thing that you want, even though it's been a journey to get there, you don't celebrate it enough, then you're on to that next thing that's not working out. And this is a deep wound in your root chakra that, it's not to say you haven't worked through it, but you need to be sensitive to the vulnerability in that area. You're very, very easily influenced by what is or is not happening on the domestic front, and your center is easily kicked off balance by those things. And so it's gotten better, it keeps getting better. You want to recognize the progress, but you also want to keep in mind that this is something that sometimes it can be frustrating, because when there's a blockage or when there's a wound, we just want it to be over and to be gone. What I need to share with you, which is what they're telling me, is you going on a journey doing the healing work and the shadow work is part one. That's half of it. Great. You acknowledge that you got to take responsibility for it. You acknowledge that it's hindering you, and you do the work. You invest the time and the energy and you do the work. The second part of that is a lifelong commitment to holding space for that part of yourself. To recognize that those habits and those tendencies, they easily click back into how we respond to life. And that when we lose sight of the vision, of the value, of the progress, of the growth, and we allow ourselves to suffer because something is not right. They're showing me a garden. This is the analogy they want me to use. It's like having a beautiful garden that you've spent years cultivating. And one of the plants, one of the little trees, got knocked over by some creature that is enjoying your garden as much as you are. And now you are completely emotionally and energetically derailed about that one little tree. And that tree doesn't suffer. That tree still basks in the co-creation with that beautiful critter. But you're suffering because something in your garden is not right, when everything else is still right, when it's still right. So now you're spending a really long period of time in that suffering, which is hard on you, hard on your system, when all you have to do is focus on the fun that was had. And then immediately your spirit team, they're able to put the idea into your head that you can go and Google what do? And then you come across someone who says, just put a stick up against it and or bind it back together, and you take some plaster, some fabric plaster, and you wrap it around it and you put a stick up against it to support it, and it'll grow back together. And it's not something that we're able to think of in that moment because you've been so conditioned to survival. So the second part of the process is consistently exercising that muscle into that new habit. And so that's that subtle nudge, that knock on the door. And your spirit team is saying the knock is there every now and then when you have a moment of peace, a moment of joy, and then you see that light again. But some things do seem to feel like they've been knocked out of kilter in your domestic world. And you need a little bit of time to just find your center again and balance. So create stability. Focus on the things that are secure. And remember, you are your safe space. So when you become a frightening vessel, a frightening space to be, your entire nervous system is overwhelmed. And it doesn't serve you. Because this path has already been chosen. It's been chosen for you before you came here. And you are going to have this outcome that you know is meant to be. You are going to have your partner coming home, for example, or the loving, beautiful marriage that you get to, that domestic life in your relationship. You are going to fill your home with family and with community, if that's what you've envisioned. You are going to purchase the property. The property is going to come to you. That domestic vision that you've held in your heart for such a long time, remember, the desire is there, the vision is there because it exists. And it is calling to you constantly. So that knock on the door is the knock of your intuition. Remember, create time and space to just tune into your present moment. Meditate on the value of now. Tune into the now. Try not to meditate about a future so much and what you think is missing and should be right. Leave that to the universe. Your work is to allow yourself to just be peace, harmony, and stability in your presence, in your now, in your space. They're saying there are no more problems that need solutions, that need to find solutions. The solutions are already there. You are the magician. You are the magician. You have everything that you need. You have everything that you need. But sometimes when the magician is in the habit of going back and forth between, yes, I know my path, and nothing seems to work out, and everything's falling apart, and what if this is going to be a disaster, and yes, I know my path, and I'm, I don't like where I am, and things should be better than this right now, and where have I gone wrong, and I'm such a failure, and I know I'm worthy, and I know my path. Okay, Cancer, I can identify with this. I've done quite a bit of it. They're saying this comes from a very critical inner mother. It comes from the mother wound. The mother wound is not necessarily where the mother has wounded you, although that could be the case, but it's you inheriting her wounds. And it overcompensates as the divine mother within, the archetype of the divine mother within, overcompensates and becomes very, very critical and very, very harsh and judgmental. So whenever something is not right, you did not have the luxury, my beautiful, to rely on mom. Mom did not have the emotional capacity, maturity, was not that safe space. And so you learned that archetype within you learned to find, to scurry for whatever solution there is before your world falls apart. And you've not always made the best decisions as a result of that, because survival is not about making the best decisions. Survival is about making the decision that helps me to survive now. Forgive yourself for that, beloved. I feel a shame, a wound there. Forgive yourself for that. That archetype, that when you're in a place of feeling powerless, rises and starts to scurry for solutions and can be quite critical of you. The reason why the response to that energy is forgiveness is because forgiving that archetype for being whatever it needed to be to help you to survive allows the archetype to know, okay, I can sit back down, I can settle, I can rest here. That's that inner critical voice that comes up. And when that archetype rises, the energy of you that is the magician and the archetype of the divine mother, they come into conflict. And what the magician does is, because the magician and the divine mother needs to work, they need to coexist and work in alignment for your magic to truly amplify and thrive. But when they're at loggerheads, the magician forgets who he is within you and begins to try to manipulate you first and foremost, and then circumstances. We call people manipulative as if it is always an intentional thing. It's very simply who we are when we are in a frequency of powerlessness. When we've tuned into a channel of powerlessness, that is how our magic manifests. We try to force and manipulate and assert. It's desperation. So forgive yourself and those around you who you recognize and notice are doing the same things. And that is going to then quiet this mental conflict, this Eight of Swords, this inner conflict, which then the dragon releases you from the hangman position and things begin to move. Things begin to move in this particular area of your life. Your spirit team wants you to know victory is yours. Victory is yours and you will celebrate. You always do. You always do. But you know what, Cancer? This time allow yourself to celebrate a little longer. Some advice from the angels around your family and domestic issues, challenges. Whatever this challenge is for you, whatever big changes need to happen, they've already happened is what they want you to know. And now it's just for you to realize them, okay? Forgive those who mirror to you the inner critic or the overcompensating divine mother within. Your guidance from the angels of light in this particular area of your life is that you want to cooperate with what is. See it as part of what is meant to happen for the best potential outcome. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflict, and competition, which comes from an ego desire to win. You already have won. You are already the winner. Cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness and draws the best from everyone. It's not a competition, it's a cooperation. Each and every person is exactly where they need to be on their journey, where they need to be in their story for the cooperative reality that you are creating. So cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness and draws the best from everyone. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Whatever it is that they put their time, invest their time and energy towards. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in your turn, for the angels will bless your endeavors. Meditate on this message for a bit because there's some great guidance here for you. Right, let's move on to your career and your intuition, your psychic abilities. That's the other thing. So the message that's coming through from your spirit team is that for a while you're going to have to choose between focusing on holding space and the emotional aspects of family and the people in your life, and focus on your career, focus on building there, focus your attention there, and leave the emotional stuff to the, leave the personal stuff to the universe, to your guides. Okay, so career and your psychic abilities, your intuition. You've got the King of Pentacles. Okay. You have the Nine of Pentacles, and it came out with the Empress. The Empress came out in the reverse, but I've just turned her into the upright, but I'm going to keep that in mind. And then you have the Four of Swords and the Temperance. So, when it comes to your career, your intuition, your gifts, your psychic abilities, we've got the King of Pentacles here. This is a King of Pentacles energy. It could be someone in your life who honors their role through providing you with stability and taking care of you so that you can focus on your career and your gifts, your intuition, and what you're feeling guided to around your purpose. But this is also an energy within you. The desire to be stable enough to be able to focus on your gift, your calling, your purpose, your psychic abilities. It is tied to your capacity to be stable for you and to be a stable, safe place for you emotionally, neurologically, spiritually, physically. Your spirit team is guiding you towards that, and this is why that message came through at the beginning. Before I even pull these cards, you're going to have to focus, you're going to have to take your attention away just for a period of time from the emotional stuff, the personal relationships, and what you should or should not do there, and the energy that you invest and give there, and trying to hold situations and people together if that's what you're doing, and focus on your career. The stability comes from there. We've got the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, which is about your security, your stability, and just feeling free to explore your purpose. Got the Empress, and the Empress came out in the reverse. I turned her into the upright, but the Empress is You are giving birth to something. And I'm getting the sense that you feel like you've been gestating this idea, dream, plan, purpose for such a long period of time. But with her coming out in the reverse, this is a reminder that perhaps you've slipped into old habits where you're not really taking care of her. Because the Empress thrives when she honors self-care, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, and physically. Nurturing all that you are is vital. So taking your focus away from the emotional baggage or weight of the domestic life, whatever's happening within family, home, your relationships, and focusing on channeling that energy into your career is going to create such a massive shift in energy that it will allow for the breakthroughs. Because stability is a personal responsibility. And we cannot pour stability into others. It is their job to create their own internal stability. And it's yours to create yours. I feel like a domestic issue or domestic issues have taken so much of your energy that it has blocked you. This Four of Swords, and you might even feel like that there's a hindrance when it comes to your abilities, your intuition. Perhaps there's fear thrown into the ingredients or mixed in there, but your relationship with your intuition and your abilities have not been a comfortable one of late, because there is some kind of blockage, and it is a mental and an emotional one. Whatever the fear is around your purpose and your abilities, know that your career is interlinked with it, that you can shift your focus away from forcing anything in your life, figuring out, how am I going to do this, my purpose, my calling, my intuition. Focus on your career, loving it, pouring into it, the stability of it, and creating spaces where you can share your gifts for the fun of it, and networking and bringing people together for expansion. That's it. That then automatically ripples into every other area of your life. The Temperance is here, but the Temperance is in reverse, so there's a lack of patience. Perhaps some frustration around things taking longer than you'd hoped it would, and feeling really frustrated with yourself. And perhaps that's the lack of self-care. Because when we're frustrated with ourselves, that's once again that critical inner mother telling us we're not enough. The angels are guiding you. Your spirit team is guiding you towards clarity. And they simplified for you here. Shift your, trust everything with the universe. Trust everything. Let everybody do what they need to do. Let everybody tend to whatever it is they need to tend to, and you focus on your purpose and your career and your stability around that. Okay. I do feel like you might actually have an experience where you realize that that is a choice you need to make right now. Okay, because I feel like I'm getting the message from Spirit that if you continue on the path that you are, doing what you're doing and not shifting the energy here or your focus here, that you're getting to the point where you're losing the satisfaction, the enjoyment of things in your life. Because you're so attached to when is that particular thing going to happen? Or when is that going to work out the way that I think it should? And that is the opposite of what you want. Trust me. That's going to create the opposite of what you want. So your guidance here with regards to career and purpose is faith. Faith is such a powerful quality that it moves mountains. Angel wisdom reminds you, however, not to have blind faith in people or situations. Okay. And use common sense and discernment and never give your power to another. Instead, put your faith in yourself and your higher power and your higher powers. Pray with integrity for the still, wise center and know that your request will be granted. Act as if it has already manifested. That is faith. Your angel guidance is to increase your faith in the infinite. Your affirmation is, I have faith in the support of the universe. So, put these affirmations into the comment section. I cooperate with everyone, and I have faith in the support of the universe. That is your affirmation, your mantra moving forward. Beautiful. I want to pull one card in closing from my Isis tarot, my Isis oracle, for you with regards to your purpose and your gift, to support you from the divine goddess, mother of life. Beautiful. Nourishment of the golden grain mother. Nourishment of the golden grain mother. Just take a look at this. Allow it to activate within you, whatever it is. We've got the Ankh there, and we've got the golden grain mother, and in your reading, the mother, the archetype of the mother within you has come to the surface. And we've got the divine mother goddess, Isis, here, offering nourishment. Nourish the part of you that is mother. Allow yourself to mother you, every part of you. You are being offered nourishment at this time. Bask in it, take it in, absorb it, be open to it, beautiful soul. Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading, a little bit of a different style today, and I trust that it serves you well. This is what I was guided towards. We trust Spirit always. All right. So, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. And remember, you are right on track. Be easy about it. Be gentle with yourself. Speak kind words to yourself. Reassure yourself. Tell yourself every moment of every day when you feel overwhelmed or anxious, we are right on track. This is the perfect path. And something incredible is going to come from this. I'm wishing you well. Remember, if you would like to get a reading done, or you'd like to receive some spiritual guidance and coaching to help you process a particular area of your life, or to help you navigate developing your abilities or clearing out any wounding and blockages, you're welcome to contact me for coaching sessions. Whatever you choose to do, do what is best for you, beloved. Love and light. See you next time. Bye now.